Yes, there's truly never been a better time to be alive, and you're in the right spot at the right time because you are now tuned into the show where you learn to define what success means for you, what that's going to look like in your own life, and then how to actually go out and achieve that success, how to make that vision a reality. I'm going to help you create authentic power and influence in your life so you can be someone other people want to listen to, follow, advocate for, not to mention, I'm going to be giving you a new angle, a new perspective on different personal growth topics to put you in a position to win in life. If that sounds good to you, sit tight, you're in the right spot. Welcome to the Sprouting Success Podcast. My name is Remy Ellis. I'm your host today. By the way, I'm the host every day. Today's topic is when to play offense versus defense. In other words, when to be aggressive versus when to be passive. And yes, there's a time for both. And for you, in order to become an individual that's successful, that's making things happen, that's growing, the person I know you want to be, you got to learn when to play offense and when to play defense. You can identify the right time to go on offense and the right time to fall back and play some defense. It's going to be very hard to stop you. So let's get into it. Today, when I say offense, I'm talking about when it's time for you to be aggressive, when it's time for you to take action, make decisions, create momentum in your life, put yourself out there, have difficult conversations maybe, stand up for what you believe in. That is playing offense. When I say defense today, I mean when it's time for you to maybe be a little bit more passive, more tactical, more strategic, when to hold your tongue maybe instead of reacting in a way that might come back on you. Defense allows you to observe the battlefield, everything that's going on in life today. And from there you can strategize, plan your next moves. So your skill of discernment of when to go on offense, when to go on defense is so important. Because let's just say, for example, you're on offense, you're using up all this energy, beating yourself up, trying to chase things, when maybe you should be sitting back on defense and observing. You're wasting so much time and energy. And vice versa. Let's say, for example, you're sitting there passively watching life go by on defense. Instead of getting up and being somebody, you're no better off as well. So it's very important to know when to do what. Hence today's episode. So now remember, I told you all the way back in episode 2, which was how to take control of your life. First of all, shout out to anyone who was listening back at episode 2. I told you back then that you need to be proactive versus reactive to take control of your life. Being proactive is playing offense, making the phone call, putting your name out there, having the conversation, asking the question. And being reactive is playing defense. So letting an opportunity sit too long, maybe calculating your next move, protecting yourself from taking risks, both are important. And there are times for both. And that's what this is all about. Point number 1, once again, today's topic, when to play offense versus defense. Point number 1, when you need change, play offense. There will be times in your life when you get stagnant, when you aren't feeling too excited about what's going on or the things you're doing. Maybe you feel like you aren't living up to your full potential. That is an excellent time to play offense. That is the time to create some momentum because we all know the law of inertia. And if you don't, it goes a little something like this. An object at rest will stay at rest until or unless acted upon by an outside force. You need to be that outside force. If you're at rest right now, if things aren't popping off for you, if you're stagnant, if you aren't excited about life, you need to be that outside force. Create some inertia, create some momentum. You need to make some things happen. So network, have those conversations, make that phone call, send that message, reply to that offer, whatever it is. Change is happening all around you anyway. You may as well be the reason some good happens in your life. Quick story. When I was finishing college, my senior year, obviously I'm applying to jobs, searching around online for a position I'd like to have when I graduate. So I'm sending applications, I'm sending resumes, cover letters, leaving voicemails, sending emails. I can't tell you how many jobs I applied for and just radio silence, or, you get the automatic reply that says, thanks for spending your time applying for our position, but your credentials don't currently fit our needs at this time. Thanks, yeah, okay. Got a lot of that. I needed change to occur at that moment. My situation of needing a job wasn't going to get better if I just sat back and went passive, played defense instead, decided to let the jobs come to me, if that would work. I needed to be proactive and relentless. So I continued to play offense, and a few years later, I'm still at that same company that hired me out of college, and I love what I do. And I say that not to impress you, but to impress upon you the importance of playing offense in times of change, and when you need change, go on offense. Point number 2, when you get lost, play defense. I say lost in a general sense. You could actually be in a place you don't know, but you could also be in a headspace or a mindset that is causing you pause. When you are uncertain about your next move, it makes sense to take a step back, weigh your options, think about the consequences and outcomes, right? A little rational thinking. Playing defense is just you taking a little bit of extra time to make sure where you're at is where you want to be, to make sure the path you're on is the right path, leading you to where you want to be. And that destination is a reflection of your own values and goals. That's it. Defense should not be viewed as a bad thing. There's certainly times to be a bit more passive in life. When you're low on mental energy, physical energy, it makes sense to fall back. Instead of going on the attack, playing offense, and maybe making a mistake because you weren't well equipped or ready, when you've lost your way, take a second, take a step back. Defend your time from those that would seek to steal it from you. Favors, advice, guidance, meetings. Be very wary where your time is slipping away, because we all know how precious it is. So please, defend your time with your life, because it is your life. Other places to play defense when guarding your privacy. So relationships, friends, family, these are precious things to you that should be shared sparingly. Defend those you love and be cautious of putting all your business out for the world to see. Defend yourself for those that would seek to tear you down or stain your name, take food off your plate. Maybe I should do an episode on that type of energy you need at times. Point number 3, master offense and defense together. The most dangerous people in life, the ones that can get anything they want whenever they want, are the ones that know when to play offense and when to play defense. That's why I touched on this earlier. When you know when it's time for what, the only thing stopping you is you. Take chess, for example. The best chess players in the world, they understand that there's a balance between trying to take out the other player's king and winning the game with defending their own king so that the game continues. When you can navigate life like a master chess player, going on offense where it's needed and falling back when it makes sense, that's when you start to sprout success. I would try to avoid thinking of offense and defense as a switch that needs to be on or off depending on the other. So the fact that you're on defense now doesn't mean that you have to completely shut off your offensive efforts on all fronts. You can keep going as you shift your focus to defense. And it works the other way as well. When you're out on offense making things happen, you can still be keeping in the back of your mind how you're defending what you need to on that front. Let's recap today's topic, which is when to play offense versus defense in life. Point number 1, when you need change, play offense. So when you get stagnant, when you feel unexcited, unmotivated, like you aren't fulfilling your potential, play some offense. Get out there. Create that momentum. Law of inertia. Remember, if you're at rest, you're going to stay at rest unless you're acted upon by an outside force. You need to be that outside force. So pick up the phone, have that conversation, get your name out there, whatever it is. Play some offense. Point number 2, when you get lost, play defense. When you're unaware of what your next move should be, take a step back, weigh your options. Think about the outcomes, consequences, play defense. Defend your time as well against those that would seek to take it from you. And point number 3, master offense and defense together. The most dangerous people in life, the ones that can get anything they want whenever they want, are the ones that know when to do what, when to play offense and defense. Don't think of it as a switch, they work together. Thank you for tuning in. I've been Remy Ellis. I'll see you soon. Until then, stay well.